you need to invest in a PC with at least a 6 or an 8 core processor, 16 to 32 gigs of RAM, and at least a 1070 or a 1080. Just run away with your time.
Anyway, welcome back to the Stream Key Podcast, our weekly series. We talk with Twitch streamers about ways to improve on the platform in everything from tech to audio to branding, identity, everything. And this week, I'm super happy to have Whiteshadow001 back on the podcast, but on a solo episode for the first time.
Yes.
He was on our very second podcast of this a while ago, but that was also with Funcom. So this time we have just you on, which is awesome.
I'm ready.
And if you guys don't know, we are live from Playthrough 2018, which is the conference right here in Raleigh, which is awesome. You guys can't see anyone, but we see everyone. So, pretty cool. We're going to get a camera to show things later on. But anyway, on the podcast, let's get into this. Sir.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Let me open up my thing again here. Okay, first of all, can you tell us a little bit about your history on Twitch? How you got started, what you love about it, what keeps you going?
Well, I got started around October of 2015. I was streaming from my Xbox console. I actually got started on console. I was streaming Destiny 1. We were doing a raid, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try doing this on Twitch. And actually, my first ever stream, I had like 11 viewers off of Xbox, which was crazy. Yeah, it was weird.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, maybe I should try doing this more. It was just fun, because I was playing with my friends. I was having fun. And I was actually watching King Ithalian at the time, who like massively inspired me to start streaming, and he was a Destiny streamer, so it was like, why not? I love the game. I love playing video games. I feel like I'm somewhat fun to watch. I don't know, but wanted to play and live for people. And about that year, I actually built my first PC and got really heavy into it. My grandparents bought me a PC for Christmas, and I built it and just got at it. Actually, I think you guys signed me on that very next year. It was 2016.
Okay. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I found you guys on Twitter. You had followed me, and then I reached out to TRUgaming and eventually got sponsored with Valak.
Right.
And that, you guys know it from there.
Yeah.
We've been with each other for a while now, so. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I didn't know you started that far back, though, with Xbox originally.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It was fun. Streaming from console is really different, though.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's definitely a different feel than streaming from your PC.
Yeah, would you go back?
No.
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 I wouldn't either. Real quick, just so everyone knows, we'll have a live Q&A with, this is a unique thing this time. We'll have a live Q&A with people who are in the chat, Twitch chat. We love you, beautiful people. But also people who are here at the conference. If you have a question about anything related to the topic today, which is technology with streaming or just about streaming in general, please hold till about 11:35, and we will take your questions, whether you're online or in person, IRL. But anyway, back into the podcast a little bit. This is a question I asked everybody. How did you get your name Whiteshadow001? Where'd that come from?
Everybody thinks I got it from the movie Turbo, from the stupid snail, and I just want to clarify. I've had this name since I started gaming on the Xbox back in 2003. So like my name started on Xbox Live. I was one of the first like 100 to 150 people on Xbox Live in Tampa. And I made the name. I was like, all right, I know I really want Shadow, and my last name's White. So, and I looked, and I was the first one. So that's where the 001 came from.
001.
Yeah, and looking back, I'm like, I really should drop that. I'm trying. Twitch, if you're listening, I just want Whiteshadow.
Please.
Just for the love of God, it'd make everything easier. No, Whiteshadow has been my name since 2003.
Oh, awesome.
So I just kind of translated it to Twitch, and it kind of stuck with me. It's who I am.
Okay, so you just like Shadow, huh?
Yeah, I just like the Shadow thing, and I was like,
pretty cool.
Because I'm a ninja.
Yeah.
By trade.
I get that. All right, so moving on. What keeps you motivated to stream so much on Twitch, and what do you love about it?
Oh, man. I would say that my biggest thing is community and like making people's day. Like I kind of pride my stream around the fact that you can come in and just have a good time.
Right.
Like I like to make people smile, and because everybody has a bad day.
Right.
If you're at work, you have a bad day, or you're at school and you have a bad day, I want to be able to take somebody and just make them happy. That's what I'm all about. I love community, and that's like my center focus is my community and the TRUgaming community as a whole. So that's what inspires me to stream, and that's what keeps me going each and every day.
That's awesome, man. I hear a lot of people say that kind of thing, and that's really I think the best reason for streaming is for other people. You know?
Exactly.
So,
It's not about self-gain. It's about it's about entertaining others and hopefully helping somebody through something.
Right. Just giving value or helping other people more than yourself, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So this week our topic is streaming tech, and I talked to Whiteshadow about coming on for this topic because he's sort of our resident tech expert in the True community, and he's also been pushing a lot of stuff on his own in terms of tech recently. So do you want to quickly, just before we get into the topics, talk about what you've been doing? He has a YouTube channel now where he does tech reviews, and he has a couple like partnerships or affiliations with other tech companies.
So a bit of background on me. In college, I got started doing product reviews just as a side thing. I did some for Engadget and CNET. I'm sure you've heard of those sites. And I got started. I got really into audio. So audio was like a big thing for me. Audio is kind of like my pet peeve. Like I'm always fine-tuning stuff. I'm always trying to like find like the perfect audio because I just it's fun to me. It's just a little it's a geeky thing.
Right.
But I've got a partnership with Lucid Sound that actually started this back at ECGC last year when we met Mario.
Oh, okay.
He got me linked up with Lucid Sound, and I partnered up with them, and I've been doing product reviews for them, and I'm also an ambassador of their company now. And I also am an affiliate with their company. And they've sent me 2 of their premier headsets, the LS30s and the LS25s, which is a competitive gaming headphone, and I'm actually going to be reviewing each of their new sets down the line.
Okay, nice.
I also got, recently, you know about this one, was Creative. When I started the YouTube channel, Creative saw the Lucid Sound video and reached out to me and sent me their desktop amplifier. I've also got stuff going with Bayer Dynamic. I've got a couple drone companies that I'm starting to work with now. I've actually heard back from them last night.
Oh, nice.
Once I made that video,
it's a snowball.
It snowballed. Like Green was like, dude, you know your stuff. It's gonna snowball, I promise. And I was like, no, it's not. Shut up. No, it's not.
I think it has so far. But okay, so you have sort of an expertise in audio, but you also know a lot about just general tech. I know you've thought about doing like PC builds on your channel.
You guys know I did the TRUgaming build for Matt or Doc. Oops, sorry, Matt. But I'm so used to calling him by his first name that it just comes second nature. No, I've been building PCs since 2004 and doing audio video production since 2006. So it's like what I like to do.
Right.
PC building was more of a hobby, but obviously I did a decent job. So hopefully I can kind of branch out and do some live builds for you guys and do some more stuff on YouTube and show you guys how to build a PC. And that's really what I want to do. Yeah.
No, within our community, he's definitely like the resident
and
tech person that, you know, anyone has a question for me or someone else, like, oh, we talk to Whiteshadow, he'll probably help you out with that. So
yeah.
Okay, so getting
I'm not gonna shoot him down. Shady's also a good tech guy.
He definitely is.
Yeah.
So getting more into the discussion topic here. So there's a lot of stream tech out there on the market. In your opinion, what's the most basic setup someone can get away with that can still produce a great stream? What are the necessities that you need to have a quality stream on Twitch?
That's like a loaded question. Okay, so first let me tell you about my setup when I first started. I started with what you would call a decent gamer system. Like, because I didn't really know at the time what you needed to stream, because streaming was new to me, and I even being a PC builder, I didn't understand like what kind of processor, what kind of graphics card I needed. So it was kind of like a project to get into the streaming, so I can learn what to tell other people. So I got started with a Core i5 4690K. I overclocked it because I'm a nerd. With a Radeon R9 390. I got an HD60 Pro for Christmas that year, and I was doing a lot of console streaming.
Right.
So that was a good PC to stream and capture a console.
Okay.
I learned really fast. It was not a good PC to game and stream on at the same time.
Yeah.
So I would say, if you're going to stream from console, you don't need like a ridiculous system. You could start with a Core i5, get like a decent capture card, capture your Xbox or PS4, and go from there and build your system up.
Okay.
But I would say minimum specs you would need nowadays to stream PC games and play on the same console.
Right.
You at least need a Core i7 or a Ryzen processor and at least 16 gigs of RAM and a decent graphics card.
Wow.
That's what I learned over time, that you would slowly start to build your system up.
Right.
But yeah, that's basically what I started with and what I would recommend everybody else starting with.
Okay. And so you think at this point, basically, like you just need an i7. There's no getting around it.
Yeah, there's no getting around it. I learned real fast I needed more threads.
Yeah.
Because more processing power, more threads. I needed more RAM because I started with 8 gigs, and that did not. OBS is awful on your PC. But yeah, you definitely need at least an i7 would be a good base to start with.
Okay. Awesome. And I guess that's for, PUBG is one of the most popular streams out there. You think you can get away with a PUBG stream and a good quality with those?
Oh yeah, definitely. Granted, you're gonna want more.
Yeah.
The more you connect to your PC, if you go to an XLR setup with your microphone, you start increasing that quality. Your PC is going to go along with it.
Yeah.
You cannot skimp on the PC because that's the center point of your entire setup.
Right.
That's what makes the stream.
So first and foremost, excluding everything like green screens and microphones.
Yeah, don't even worry about that stuff. Focus on your PC setup first.
Yeah, that's a good advice, I think. All right, so moving on here. So there's a lot again, stream tech's a huge topic, and there's
massive.
A lot of different areas. So let's start with PC hardware, which we touched a little bit on already. How important is it to have a top-of-the-line PC for streaming? And if people are on a budget, what pieces of a PC do you think they should spend more on?
Okay, so first two pieces to always look at would be your processor, because that's what does the encoding for your stream. Second would be your graphics card if you're going to be playing on the same PC, playing PC games, which a lot of people are moving to, I guess, because PUBG, that's a huge one. Kind of PUBG and Overwatch are the two that stand out to me. So you want a good performing graphics card to at least get your frame rate, because people don't like to look at a choppy stream. And your processor, because it helps you encode and helps you stream at, say, I stream at 720p, 60 frames per second. That takes a lot of encoding power, processing power.
Yeah. And
you need a good processor to be able to pump out that resolution, especially if you're going 1080p. You at least need a 6 to 8 core processor to handle that. Like a 4-core i7 is not going to do that for you, unless you're doing a dual streaming setup, but that's way later. So yeah, definitely focus on the processor, your graphics card, then memory.
Interesting.
Memory, I feel like, is overloaded because people are like, oh, I can get away with 8 gigs. No, absolutely not. You need at least 16 gigs of RAM for a single PC setup.
Wow. So. Interesting. So yeah, in that order you put CPU at the top, then graphics card, then memory.
Yes.
Interesting. So dump your money on CPUs, guys, if you have any questions.
Definitely.
All right, moving on here again. Let's go into audio a little bit, since you are an audio expert.
Yeah.
Somewhat. You love audio, I should say.
I love it.
Starting with the microphone. What kind of streaming microphones do you recommend to people? I know there are lots of popular things like Blue Yeti out there.
Yes.
And there's the other side where you have XLR mics, like these beautiful things.
Oh man, I love Rode.
But for maybe like a good entry-level mic that you would recommend to people, what would that be?
I actually did my review video on the Yeti, and in my eyes, for the money that you pay, like you can get the Yeti for like $79 sometimes. It's on sale. I know it's probably like $89 right now on Amazon.
Right.
But the Yeti is so solid of a microphone, it's hard to pass that one up. It's a USB. It's easy for beginners. You plug it in, and you don't even have to download the software. It's plug and play.
That's nice.
Granted, it does pick up a lot of background noise, but when you're starting out, you're not really worried about that yet. You just get a nice quality microphone. You can tweak it right there on the microphone itself. That's a very solid starter. I would arguably say that is probably the best USB mic for the money.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I would say skip the Snowball. I think it's trash. Everybody goes with the Snowball, but I'm like, it's not that much. If you look at the specs on it, it's not that much better than the microphone on the Astros.
Right.
And I started with the Astro mic on my setup. I bought a Mix-Ant TR, and that's what I started on. And then my grandma bought me the Yeti for Christmas that year.
Gotcha.
So,
nice. So Blue Yeti is a great mic all around. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
If someone maybe has the idea that they know they want an XLR mic, do you have any sort of, maybe favorite mics that you see a lot of people are using, or that you yourself think is a great like low-level mic for someone to get into it?
There is a really good mic company by the name of MXL. I would say Rode is a little bit more advanced. That's later down the road because they are expensive.
Yeah.
Like these are generally expensive. MXL is an awesome one. PIMS uses an MXL mic.
I do
It
too.
is phenomenal. You have one?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. I love MXL. They're one of my favorite companies. Audio-Technica is very popular. Audio-Technica AT2020 actually has an XLR and a USB version. I would say if you didn't want to go XLR, also check out the Audio-Technica. I'm not going to knock it. It's a amazing mic. But if you're going XLR, go the Audio-Technica AT2020 as a starter mic, or the MXL 990.
Okay, awesome.
That's they're both condenser mics. Keep that in mind. They are still going to pick up a lot of the background noise.
Right.
They're too good to pass up. And the price point, you can get the MXL for like $89.
Wow. And the Yeti's what, 150 or so?
What, the Yeti?
Yeah.
I
haven't looked in a while.
Yeti, it's weird. You can catch them on sale for like $89. Sometimes they go up to like 120. So
a lot of variation.
Yeah,
basically.
it just depends. I know the MXL is always 100% at $89. Another one, if you really want a good dynamic mic, which dynamic mics is what I use. I use the Rode Procaster, and it blocks out a lot of your background noise. The Shure SM57. It's the actual mic they use in the White House. It's the only mic certified for the White House, and you can get a lot of cool attachments, like this pop filter here. You can get like a shock mount, a pop filter, and it looks like a broadcast style microphone at that point. And it's kind of cool. The sound is very good on it.
Interesting. Is it affordable, or is it like in a higher tier?
It's $99.
Okay,
so
that's not bad.
It's still under $100.
Yeah.
And you still have extra money of course you have to buy an interface. You still have extra money to buy a decent interface.
Yeah, that's true. That's one thing you have to consider with XLR mics is having the interface, which USB has that advantage too.
Yeah.
But so those are some good options if you guys are looking for entry-level mics or just really solid mics overall. I mean, Pims and I have been streaming for a couple of years with those mics, and we still use them.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
Okay, keeping on with audio here, let's go to headsets.
Okay.
My kind of question is, how much do headsets really matter for streaming?
Okay, so this goes back to audio quality. Like, so when you're playing the game, if you're a competitive player, like if you're playing PUBG, for instance, or Overwatch, you want good audio so you can hear positional cues. This comes from like a competitive background.
Yeah.
You know this. You love Overwatch. But you want to be able to hear the game so you can perform better for your viewers. And also, I mean, you're going to be chatting and stuff, but I still feel like headsets are a large part of it, because not only that, like, people want to know what the streamer's using. And they like to wear what the streamer's using. So, like, show off your headset, show off your audio setup. I love headsets because it allows me to hear the game better, and it's just enjoyable.
Yeah.
So
I get that. And it sounds like, it's a cool opportunity for like affiliate programs.
Yeah, affiliate programs and sponsorships.
Right. So not even technically as like needing it for the stream as much as like a way to help you support your stream.
Exactly.
So that's a good point. I never thought about that.
It's like a catch-22. You perform better, but you also get something from it. So
yeah.
It's a cool way to look at it.
That's cool, yeah. Sure. I mean, I definitely agree with the competitive aspect. If you're into competitive games, especially shooters, like the directional sound is huge.
Well, I mean, you look at video games nowadays, and these companies spend so much time perfecting their audio and perfecting the sound. Like, the soundtracks are huge now. Like, I always look at Ori and the Blind Forest. It's a beautiful, beautiful game.
It's my favorite game of all time.
Audio and visual, that is one of the best games I've ever played. And you want a good pair of headphones for it, because you want to immerse yourself in the game. The more you immerse yourself, the more your viewers love that.
It's true.
So that's why audio is important to me.
Awesome. Okay, let's keep moving on here. This one I'm not sure about. So monitors. How much do monitors? I said that really fancy. Monitors. How much do they affect streaming? Is this something to consider? Maybe monitor layouts. I know, like Doc at the True office has a crazy monitor layout.
He's got an insane setup.
What are your thoughts on like maybe what you really should consider as an entry-level streamer?
Okay, so I'm going to go back to the way I started. I started out with an old Samsung monitor from like 2005 and a Samsung TV that I just had lying around. Like, my uncle gave it to me because he kind of stepped on the cord and it ripped the coaxial jack out of the back of it. But it still worked. Monitors, that's something like that kind of goes with your PC. It evolves with your setup. So you're going to want a better monitor to enjoy the game better and to be able to read chat. Because if you have a crappy monitor, like, some text can look jumbled, and you have to kind of what's that?
Stretch, yeah.
So you want a decent monitor to be able to enjoy the game and also read chat. If you have to pull up your social media for whatever reason, or a lot of streamers do their own graphics. Yeah. When you're setting up your stream, this goes back to like pre-stream setup and stuff. Some guys do their own graphics, so you need a good monitor to be able to edit that stuff. So monitors are important, but it's something that just evolves over time with your setup.
Yeah. I'd say it sort of depends on what you're doing extra with your stream, right? Like if
Yeah.
you're a designer, then maybe you need a really good color profile on your monitor. And
Yes.
if you're a competitive guy, maybe you want a 144 monitor to help with
Exactly.
that. So yeah, I definitely agree with that.
It's kind of, I feel like it's kind of an oversight, because if you are focusing on competitive, or if you do just want to really flat out enjoy the game, your monitor can hinder your performance in a game. And I mean, some streams, they base it off of performance.
Yeah.
So it can hinder your stream at the same time. So it's something to keep an eye on. I wouldn't say it's the most important thing to upgrade at all times.
I totally agree with that. Like dump more money on the PC than the monitors,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
I get that.
Don't buy a Predator monitor if you don't need it. Like, just don't do it.
Oh man. Okay, so this is a really good topic. Cameras,
Yes.
video quality, specifically though, like webcams, cameras, DSLRs, whatever. What are your thoughts overall on cameras for a beginning streamer? What kind of stuff should they consider? And then maybe after that, we'll talk about like a higher end level. Yeah.
Okay. So I started out with a C920, which is arguably the best webcam on the market.
Logitech?
Logitech. Logitech C920. I even would say it's better than the C922 because of the price that you can get it at. The funny thing about it, Logitech kind of rebranded the C920 into the C922. The only difference is it does that stupid background removal thing that halfway works.
Oh, right.
And it's not even worth the extra cost. So like the C920 is probably, like a lot of partner streamers still use it. They still haven't upgraded from that because it is so good. I would say a kind of contrast to the C920 would be the Microsoft LiveCam.
Okay.
But that's the only two I would ever buy.
Wow.
So, good starter mic, C920.
Do you know like
Solid.
the price on that roughly?
The C920 right now is in the $60 to $70 range.
Okay.
The LiveCam, I think it's around C922 range, so $80 to $90.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so not too bad. I mean, the C920 sounds pretty reasonable.
And you can get them cheaper too. I've seen them go on sale at Best Buy for like $40.
I've seen that too.
Yeah.
All over the place too. A lot of like flash sales with that, I think.
Yep. All the time.
Okay, so how about like a higher end streamer who's been streaming for a couple of years, wants to like bring their video quality to the next level? Do you have recommendations on that?
Oh yeah. This is where it gets fun, guys. So Elgato, if you've ever heard of them, I don't think you guys have ever heard of them, but Elgato came out with the Camlink. Did you see that?
Yeah, I think I did.
It's a little adapter, and it goes from HDMI to USB 3.0. And basically what it does is it allows you to transform any camera, like with a miniature HDMI out, to be able to capture that as a webcam source in OBS.
Right.
So you can use a full-fledged DSLR camera, like what Pims has over here, or what we're using here, to capture it as a webcam source, to capture your video feed.
Right.
But you can adjust it all the way up to 4K if you want to.
Wow.
It's awesome. So that opened up a slew of opportunities for getting cameras. I know a lot of streamers use the Canon Vixia series. It's a video camera, a 4K video camera, but it provides a very solid feed. Another big popular one is the Panasonic G series. So the G7, the GH5, the GH4.
Is that a video series? It's a video camcorder?
It's actually a
type thing?
DSLR that is very popular for YouTube vlogs. It just, the video quality on it is just phenomenal, and that's what a lot of people are moving to. It's pretty much endless in what you can do. Canon's a popular, any of their DSLRs are a popular choice. I wouldn't do Nikon because their video feeds aren't that great. They're better for photography.
Are there any like things to look out for in terms of, I know like some cameras maybe they don't stay on for a long time, or they have overheating issues when you're trying to use them for that long?
Some can, so when you pay for Canon, you got to go extremely high end to not get that overheating issue. The lower end, like the Rebel T6 series, they do struggle with overheating while you're filming or using it as a video feed. The lower end Nikons, I would still just shy away from Nikon altogether because they do overheat.
Okay.
So you pay like $7,000 for a video rig.
Wow.
Yeah. Canon and Nikon can get expensive. The reason why I said Panasonic first, and another one is Sony. Sony is a huge one. I just recommend Sony across the board.
Wow.
Their Alpha series are phenomenal. I've actually personally owned one. I got rid of it to upgrade my PC. But yeah.
Well, so fun fact, this camera you guys are actually watching from right now is a Sony.
Yes.
And I totally forgot to turn it off yesterday when we were here, so it was on for about 24 hours, and it's fine. So testament that Sonys are good for long use.
Sony across the board is amazing.
Yeah.
but Panasonic, probably the most solid camera for photography and video if you're going to do both.
Okay, awesome. Panasonic sounds like a good option then for those higher end people.
Yeah.
Okay, checking on time. We're kind of slowly wrapping up the Q&A here, so let's go back to console streamers for a second, because there are still a lot of console streamers out there, or that will use a laptop in addition to a console, maybe not directly from console, but they are still primarily playing on console.
Yeah.
Are there any peripherals that you recommend for them? Capture cards that are really good, or controllers or headsets?
Elgato, all day long for capture cards. They got the HD60, HD60S, they've got the HD60 Pro, which I use personally. Freaking amazing. I know a lot of the true streamers actually picked up the HD60 Pro.
Yeah.
Just because it's like a testament to how good like a stream can look. They recently just came out with a 4K, which gives you a little bit better. This one will go up to 144 hertz playback, whereas the HD60 Pro will not. So a lot of streamers are going to the 4K one because of the higher frame rates that you can achieve with it, and it provides a better stream than even what the Pro does. That I wouldn't buy any other capture card. Like AverMedia kind of fell off after Elgato caught up.
We've had some bad experience with AverMedia at the True office.
Yeah. I know Doc brought in his HD60 just because the AverMedia wasn't performing well. They tried to compete, and Elgato just punched him in the face. If you want to get higher than Elgato, I would recommend this company called Magewell. Do not, for the love of God, buy Blackmagic. Me and Green have had this talk. Blackmagic just doesn't do well for a stream. It doesn't play well with OBS, and you can, I think it caps us out at 720.
This broadcast you're watching right now is actually capped at 720p because you explained this better than I did.
Yeah. Okay, so Blackmagic is very proprietary, and the whole thing is they want you to use their software. It's more for editing video and making a video content rather than streaming. And just Blackmagic doesn't play well with anything outside of their proprietary stuff, kind of like Apple. Yeah, Magewell is what a lot of the pro streamers use now. But Elgato's starting to get into that, like higher end level of broadcast stuff. I know a TV station is using all Elgato stuff.
Wow.
Now.
Well, and Elgato's sort of like the industry standard for streamers.
They
now,
are
right?
the standard now.
Yeah. So, I mean, always good. How about anything else?
Other peripherals. If you're a console streamer and you're on Xbox, get a SCUF or an Elite. Even on PlayStation, get a SCUF controller. It helps your game. It makes doing button combinations easier. It's a big thing for shooters. Like if you're a big shooter player, like Halo, Call of Duty. Like if you play Call of Duty, definitely recommend a SCUF or a Elite controller.
Well, how about like specifically to streaming? In terms of maybe like a microphone or something on a console, do you have any sort of or a camera? Because I don't know. Again, like maybe looking specifically at people who are streaming from a console and not using a laptop.
See,
are there any good options for like a console microphone or camera that people can use?
I know the Blue Yeti works with PlayStation. I don't know if it works well with Xbox.
So you can plug it in directly with USB?
Yes. Dust actually used the Blue Yeti on his PlayStation for a while. Trying to think what else. Blue Yeti is probably the best if you're a console streamer. If you're streaming from laptop, you don't have a lot to work with, so you want to go USB microphones. You're limited.
Can you use any external cameras, or is it really limited to like the Kinect?
It's really just like the Kinect. I know some platforms. I think PlayStation again. You can utilize the C920.
Oh, okay.
But that's like about it.
Yeah.
Or unless you buy like the little PlayStation Eye camera, but it's not that good.
Right. Yeah.
Don't buy that thing.
Gotcha. So limited options, but maybe that's helpful to you guys. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay. So back to PC streamers here. So we talked a lot about like the core bits of what you need as a streamer. What about other little things that are nice to have? Extra peripherals like Stream Deck, green screens.
Oh my God.
Anything that you should really like, this has made a huge difference for you as a streamer, or you really think people should use it more?
I don't personally have a Stream Deck. But, so a little bit about Elgato. They've kind of taken the streaming thing like super serious and became a niche. They've cornered this market. Yeah. So they've got a green screen. I recommend the Elgato green screen because it's easy. I'm in an apartment streaming right now, and if I had that green screen, because mine's up all the time. Right. And my wife hates it because it looks like a green curtain is hanging in her living room, and she can't stand it. So definitely get a green screen. That's it just elevates. Some people don't use a camera. You don't have to. I think me personally, I love having a camera because it allows people to see my reaction better.
Right.
And having a green screen just kind of helps the immersion a little bit.
Sure.
Some people don't use green screens, and that's fine. I know a lot of very successful streamers that don't have a green screen, that their stream is amazing.
Yep.
Look at Vlog.
Yeah, I mean,
his streams, like
Dan.
Dan, yeah. Oh my gosh, so Khaleesi, like I can keep going on.
Yep.
And Atlas doesn't even use a green screen.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's kind of your vice. Like, it's all on how you want your stream to look. You don't have to go out and buy the biggest and baddest green screen. You can just buy a curtain. Green screen's nice to have. The Stream Deck is amazing. I recommend everybody buy one, even if it's $150. Just save up for it because you can set everything up right there. It takes a lot of the extra stuff that you have to do in OBS yourself, and you just press a button.
Yeah, that's a lot of production quality to the stream, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a very big production tool that I would absolutely love to have.
One day.
Yeah, one day, yeah.
I get that. Okay, cool. So last sort of big thing here is software.
Yes.
Are there any software that you recommend besides OBS and XSplit? Because those are kind of like, you have to have those.
Streamlabs OBS.
Yeah, it's a good one you can talk about if you want to. But any other software that you think people should look at, maybe to increase like their production quality or do things with chat, stuff like that?
Shout out to Shady Pyro for this one. Voice meter.
Oh, yeah.
That is a huge... I'm actually going to get him to set it up for me because I don't know squat about voice meter, and I need to learn it personally as an audio guy. But voice meter is a freaking amazing asset to have for your stream. I would say another one would probably be your chatbot.
Okay.
So Streamlabs actually bought Inkbot, so that's a big asset if you are a PC-based streamer. If you're a console streamer, you're limited again for bots. Nightbot is a good one to have. But software-wise, I would say your chatbot, voice meter. If you have like a sound card or something like that, use a sound-enhancing software.
Okay. Yeah, those sound good to me.
I mean, there's not a lot of extra software you need. Like Streamlabs OBS kind of came in and cornered that,
which is great, by the way.
It took all of the stuff that you need for Streamlabs and put it in one singular piece of software.
Right.
And even for a beginning streamer, like, this software is amazing for new streamers. I wish I had this when I started because you have overlays now.
Yeah, it's so nice.
You have access to all of your alerts right there. You don't even have to put it as a browser source. It's awesome. We actually tested. We can say this now. We tested out the software before everybody else got to use it, and like we were like, this is freaking amazing.
Yeah, well, and it had some bugs in development, but I think it's
did.
really turned out well. And especially if you're a new streamer, it's just having everything you need in one piece of software is huge.
It's like 3 clicks of a button and your stream set up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's
like
awesome.
You have your follow alerts, your overlays, your chat, your scene, everything is there. And I think it just makes life a lot easier if you're learning about stuff. If you're used to streaming already, maybe you're kind of comfortable with OBS, and that makes sense. But
I use Streamlabs.
Yeah, I moved over to Streamlabs for my personal too.
Yeah,
so
it's awesome.
Okay, so wrapping this up here because we're going to jump into viewer Q&A in a couple minutes here. If you could give one piece of advice to a brand new Twitch streamer about anything, what would you tell them?
A random piece of advice.
It could be about tech, what to buy. It could be just about streaming as a whole. What would you say?
Probably be about what to buy, because I get asked this question on a daily basis, and it's probably it's either about like what microphone do I need to get or what my PC should look like. So I would say in today's time, if you're building a PC and you know you're going to PC game or capture a high quality stream like what Shady Pyro does, I'm going to use him as an example because he does 1080p streams.
Right.
If you want to have that high enough level of a stream to be able to game and not worry about frame rate, you need to invest in a PC with at least a 6 or an 8 core processor, 16 to 32 gigs of RAM, and at least a 1070 or a 1080.
Yeah, no, that's solid, I think, for anyone looking to really get into streaming.
To elevate your audio, if you're looking to actually just, bar none, make your audio amazing, get an XLR mic of your choosing. I recommend Rode. Check them out. They're probably one of the best microphone companies out there. Or Shure or Sennheiser. Get a high-end interface like an M-Audio or a Focusrite Scarlett or even Roland. You guys use Roland here.
Yeah.
Do that, and you won't have to worry about anything else.
Awesome. I mean, that's great basic setup for everyone looking to start streaming. Anything else, last, that you want to mention just before we jump into Q&A about your channel, about stream tech, anything?
I do want to say, I kind of wanted to save this. I'm doing a series on YouTube and Twitch now. And Green knows about this. We've been talking about it behind the scenes. I'm going to start curating videos for you guys on tech that you need to look at. Not necessarily that you need to just go drop everything and go out and buy, but just for general information on what is good for your stream. It's anywhere from headphones to PC tech to like a little desktop amplifier that's going to elevate your audio for your stream, just for your personal thing. Like, even elevating your stream for your own personal gain is good. So that's a series that I'm actually working on right now behind the scenes.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely recommend it, guys. I've watched his first videos, and I think he has a lot of potential, so
yeah,
stay tuned
Thanks,
for that.
Man.
Awesome. Okay, so we will jump into the live Q&A here with both Twitch chat and all you beautiful conference people. If you have a question for us about stream tech or about streaming in general, we would love to hear it and answer it IRL right now. So if you have a question, just tag at GreenChord in the chat, or at, actually I don't know whose this is, just at TRUgaming in the chat. We'll find you. But I have a question for Shadow first, since
what's up?
while we wait for this. What is your favorite one piece of stream tech? If you had to pick one thing at your setup that you love the most, what is it?
Oh man. All right, so this is a two-part question. If you asked me this a year ago, it would have been my HD60 Pro. I was a massive console streamer back then. Now it's my Rode Procaster. I love that thing.
Yeah?
Because I used a Blue Yeti for like the longest time, and it picked up a ton of background noise. And I'm in an apartment living room, so it would, like, if somebody was cooking, you would hear like the entire time from like the grill or whatever.
Right.
So my Rode Procaster just elevated my audio, and it kind of goes into my mixer or my interface. Pim's recommended this to me. This is my second favorite piece of gear. It's the M Audio 2x2. It's amazing.
We also can't hear your child screaming anymore.
What? Oh yeah, you can't hear Baby Shadow anymore.
That's true. a little Shadow.
You guys don't have to spam the baby emote in my chat anymore. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I see a question from Scubzy, which is our good friend Blaze, renamed. He said, is Threadripper worth it? I got 1800X, or get 800X, or wait for Ryzen Series 2. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so that's a loaded question, man. It all kind of depends on like what you want your setup to be. I would say if you're doing a all-in-one system and you can afford a Threadripper processor, go for it, 100%. You have two different three now. There's one that's a 1900X, that's 8 cores, 16 threads. It's amazing. The platform for Threadripper has 64 lanes of PCIe, so you never have to worry about connecting. If you have 3 capture cards for whatever crazy reason, I know some streamers do, you never run out of lanes. You also have the second one that's 12 cores, 24 threads, and then one that's 16 cores. Wow. And oh my gosh. So Threadripper is definitely worth it. I would also say the 1800X is worth it. I personally have a Ryzen 7 1700, which is the same processor, and it just does fine.
Okay.
So you don't really have to break the bank because Ryzen is so affordable. I recommend Ryzen over Intel any day of the week just because of what happened with Intel this past year with the whole security flaws. And Ryzen was actually made for content creators. A lot of people don't know this. Encoding on Ryzen is better than any processor on the planet right now because of the way it handles X264.
Okay.
And they actually made it, and they literally market Ryzen towards content creators.
Gotcha.
So it's definitely built around content creators.
That's awesome. This is one of the episodes where like I don't know a lot about this stuff, so it's really like, go ahead, man.
Yeah, go ahead. You guys ask away.
I don't know the details of this stuff. But
I study this on a daily basis.
Yeah, that was a great question, Scub. Thank you, man. We'll keep moving on here. I see another one from Swift Nation. I said, Shadow, in your opinion, what is your favorite controller for an XLR mic?
Oh man, for an XLR mic, a controller. Oh man, there's so many good ones, man.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a really good controller, I would say check out Roland. They have a ton of good controllers. Definitely check out M Audio. Focusrite is another good one. There's no one that's like insanely good.
Right.
They're all good brands. If you really want to elevate your quality, I would say for starters, check out Focusrite. They have awesome controllers and awesome interfaces. I'd say they arguably have the most. They have more than Roland nowadays.
Oh wow.
That's their niche. That's what they're good at.
Awesome. Okay,
so definitely check out Focusrite.
Yeah, there you go. Hope that is helpful to you, Swift. Please keep the questions coming, guys. We love them. I think we have a question.
Yeah, I've got one.
Okay.
What's up?
Up front here.
Live from the show floor. Hopefully we can hear it.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me? Awesome. Yeah, so got a question. What do you guys think about the Ryzen processors for streaming? I've been looking into I have the Ryzen 5 right now. I've been looking into the 1800X. What do you think about that in terms of an upgrade? Or is it still Intel?
I'm a big advocate of Ryzen for streaming right now, just simply because the way AMD built Ryzen was for content creators. So they marketed it towards streamers. It handles x264 encoding better than Intel, and it's actually been tested by Linus Tech Tips. I personally, yeah, you've probably seen that. I personally use a Ryzen 7 1700, and I love it. I've had it for a year. Yo, there's Deadpool. I'm sorry. I had to. I gotta go shake his hand. Anyways, but I personally use Ryzen. The gaming PC that they use for their stream on TRUgaming stream is a 1600X. Also a solid processor. I would say for starters, if you're getting into streaming, 6-core 12-thread. That was my second processor that I had. I had a i7 that was 6-core 12-thread, and it handled flawlessly. So Ryzen's really good. The prices are about to drop because the second generation's about to come out. If you want a first generation, still good.
What do you think for like competitive gaming? I do Overwatch competitively, so do you think that's like 1080? Yeah, I was saying that you do that. So do you think like 1080p, 60 frames? I know. Is that even worth it to invest in if somebody's not partnered with Twitch because of the bit rate? That's the real question.
Okay, so if you're streaming and you get affiliated, you're able to utilize that. Yeah, no, they give it to affiliates now too. So if you get affiliated, 1080p 60 frames per second is worth it. I would say probably I stream at 720p 60 just because it's easier for more viewers to see on their end. It's kind of subjective at that point.
Just to add to that,
Yeah, Pims, go ahead.
It is technically available to everybody on a first-come,
Yeah,
first-served
first
basis.
come, first served basis.
But affiliates get priority and partners are guaranteed.
Yeah.
There you
Which we've personally never had a stream where we didn't have encoding, so yeah.
One more question.
Yeah, no, you're fine, man.
So with the Ryzen processor, what would you do? The X20, like X26, encoding, or
X264.
you do that?
That is the
over
best.
the AMD.
Twitch recommends NVENC, which is NVIDIA's encoding preset, but it's been tested multiple times that X264 is the most reliable and will give you the most solid stream.
Because right now I'm actually using Streamlabs OBS instead
Oh,
of
nice.
OBS.
Yeah.
So apparently that's supposed to be less CPU heavy on the system, which
Yeah,
actually
it is.
does. So appreciate it.
Awesome.
No
Thank you for
problem,
the
man.
question, man. What's your Twitch name, by the way?
It's Big Kittens.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Big Kittens.
We'll give you a shout out. The
Yeah, we'll give a
podcast
shout
goes
out, man.
I'll
live.
be competing in the Overwatch tournament here. So
Awesome,
dude.
Thank you for the question.
Good luck, man.
Sweet, that was great. Hopefully get some more of those. I see one from Braven Blood. Simpler one. He says, "Is it easy to switch from OBS to Streamlabs OBS?"
I think we can both answer this one.
Yeah.
It's like super easy, man.
Easy.
They did an integration. Okay, so let me back up. Streamlabs worked with OBS on this project, and I think it should still be available. You can actually save your profiles and all of your scenes and transfer it to Streamlabs OBS, and it just comes right back up. Your stream key will actually
One-click
upload from
import.
Yeah, one-click import. It's amazing, guys. I recommend downloading it and just playing with it and see if you like it.
Yeah.
Because it's worth it.
It's supposed to use less CPU usage than OBS.
Okay,
too.
so
But that's
well, it depends on your on your setup. But for me personally, I went from around 15 to 20% CPU usage with OBS because it's not optimized for everything to like 10, sometimes 15. It's incredible what my CPU usage went down to. They worked really hard on Streamlabs OBS. Those guys know what they're doing.
Yeah. So, but to answer your question, really easy to do. One-click import. You might tweak a few things after that, but it really just copies OBS into Streamlabs. So,
yeah, it's awesome.
thank you for that question, Braven. Awesome, dude. By the way, guys, if you ask a question, we will give you a shout out on the podcast on every platform it goes out on. Spreaker, YouTube, Twitch, iTunes, Player FM, everything. You'll get a shout out on those. So, thank you for asking questions and good job networking.
Yo, anybody in the crowd? You guys have any questions?
We will answer questions.
Yo, what's up, dude?
I do see another one from Swift Nation. Said, what should you use to keep your Ryzen cooler because it runs hotter than Intel? Interesting.
Okay, so fun fact about Ryzen. It actually doesn't run hotter than Intel. When AMD developed the system, Windows was not optimized to read the heat off of the processor because of the way Ryzen does it. There's actually a 20-degree offset on Ryzen, which will actually, so if it's running at 60 degrees, it will actually say it's 80, which isn't true, and your PC will be like, your CPU is running way too hot. You need to shut it off. No, it's not. But to answer your question, I use an NZXT Kraken X52, and it keeps it nice and chilly. I was using the stock. I was overclocked to 3.6 gigahertz, and I was using the stock cooler that came with it, and it never went over 50 degrees. So I mean, Ryzen is very optimized now. I've never had an issue with heat.
Awesome. Hopefully that answers that. I mean, again, I don't know anything about this, so it's all on him.
You're good, man. I would recommend if you are going to go with Ryzen and you are going to go with like an all-in-one cooler or an aftermarket CPU heatsink, get yourself some good thermal paste, because thermal paste does make a difference in the cooling of the chip.
Awesome. Get some thermal paste, guys. I see another one from Scubsy. Said, TRUgaming, if it's using less CPU, is it just better optimized, or does it pull resources from something else?
It is literally just better optimized. They spent a lot of time with, because the cool thing that Streamlabs did was they looked at like all of the CPUs that were being used by streamers, and they selected a batch and optimized it 100% for these CPUs. And they actually have a better relationship with the CPU vendors than OBS does, because they're a larger company. They're an actual company, so they have that resource, and they have their development team's just awesome.
Yeah.
So I would say it's definitely better optimized. I would go as far as to say it's better optimized than XSplit.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I have had no problems with it so far since I got the official beta release or whatever.
Yeah.
So I love it myself. Okay. I don't see any other questions just yet. If you have a question, please let us know, either if you're in the crowd or online. Pims, do you have a question for us, sir? You're holding the microphone.
What time's lunch?
That's a good question.
What time's lunch? Yeah, I'm kind of thinking the same thing.
Yeah, hopefully pretty soon here. No, I do have a question for Whiteshadow. So, do you have any stream plans for the next year, related to tech or not? Like any big things you're looking to do this year?
Okay, so I am going to be... Okay, so you guys know I took a month off. Whiteshadow had her issues with her neck. She almost had a stroke, guys. So I took a month off to take care of her. And sorry about that.
No, sorry.
But I had to take some time off. I'm getting back into it on Monday. So you guys will see me live Monday night for the first time in over a month.
Wow.
Build the hype, because we're bringing it back. I'm legit I want to make a push for partner. I know that's like a big goal. That's something that's really near and dear to my heart, because I just love Twitch, and I want my community and the TRUgaming community to be able to stand out more, because you guys mean the world to me. Like, I've been here for, what, almost, we're going on...
Man, coming up to 2 years, I think.
Yeah, we're up to 2 years. We're going on 3.
Coming up to 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, are we?
Not quite 2 years. Getting there.
Quite. Oh, getting there 2 years. Yeah. Sorry, I'm really bad with time. But, oh my God. TRUgaming means a lot to me, so I want to be able to push TRUgaming in a helpful direction and work with you guys more. I really want to launch my tech thing.
Yeah.
The whole, I never thought about doing reviews before, but I freaking love it, and I want to provide more content for you guys. And just, I want to be able to build PCs and just be like the go-to guy for tech. That's my biggest thing right now.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
And I want to be able to help, because when I first started streaming, I didn't know what to build. Even being a PC builder, I didn't know. I knew gaming. I knew how to build a workstation, but I didn't know what kind of encoding and processing power I needed. So I want to be able to help somebody to get out of that situation. I want to be able to coach people on, you don't need to spend all of this money to start streaming. You can do it right now. And if you have to buy a PC, buy it piece by piece. Please, for the love of God, don't go out and drop $1,000 and put yourself in debt. It's not worth it.
Right.
I pieced mine together over a period of time, and then my grandparents helped me with the rest for Christmas.
Yeah, no, that's great. And like you said, drop money on the CPU if anything, right?
Just okay, so I'm going to shout out Wild Dunyan here. He just bought a CPU for the new Ryzen chip with the integrated graphics card. It's just going to be a dedicated stream chip. If you're doing a dual PC setup, you don't need too much processing power, because it's just streaming on one PC and gaming on the other.
Right.
I would say build up your gaming PC to make it look awesome. But he's doing a dedicated stream PC, and he came to me and I was like, yo, you don't need to spin all of this. Just buy piece by piece, and that's the biggest piece of advice I can tell anybody.
Awesome.
But yeah, but that's my plan for the year, guys. We're going hard in the paint.
Yeah, stay tuned for Monday, I guess, for the big relaunch.
Oh yeah,
that's great.
And we are. I am gonna work on a rebrand. I'm going towards more of a techie superhero comic book vibe.
Right.
We talked about it. Some cool ideas.
Exciting.
So
I did see another question from Swift Nation. He says, TRUgaming, what motherboard do you recommend? That's a kind of general there.
Oh man. Okay, so I'm an Asus junkie. I love Asus. My first laptop was an Asus, and I absolutely love the company. I am going to start recommending Gigabyte again with one caveat.
Oh gosh.
You remember this. Okay, when we did the stack up stream, I had a motherboard like just fry. I had over $1,000 in parts fried. My motherboard, my processor, luckily not the RAM and luckily not my graphics card, but it did fry my Elgato. I had to send it back, and they rushed it to me just because I told them what was happening.
That's good.
And my sound card. I was so mad. So I was mad at Gigabyte for a while, but I will start recommending them again. Mine would go Asus, MSI, and Gigabyte for the motherboards. And if you're going Ryzen, do not skim. Oh, and ASRock. I love ASRock. Shout out to Silicon for turning me on to ASRock. But yeah, definitely check out Asus. Amazing company. They make everything.
Yeah, I like their stuff as well. I think I had that motherboard too when I set mine up. So.
Yeah.
I see a question from Buzzlin. He says, TRUgaming, what gel does GreenChord use for his hair? That's crew gel right there. Although I ran out of it today, I need to get some more for tomorrow. That's gonna be a crisis. My hair's gonna be like a mop tomorrow.
What was the question? I missed that.
He's asking about my hair gel.
Oh, okay, nice.
So hopefully that answers your question, Buzz. I know you're very curious. But if we have any more serious questions, please let us know. We're starting to wrap up here.
I see what Scubs said. Okay, so to answer that, Scubs, Threadripper is they have their own socket. It's the TR4 socket.
Gosh.
It's not FM2. I just want to
see
correct
a question
that.
from Dr. Zackle. Hopefully I said that right. Would you rather die of getting eaten by maggots or burn to death?
Is there an option?
That's hard
C?
to choose, man.
Can I just have lunch?
I don't see that option on there.
Is lunch an option? Like,
I don't know. I think burning would be quicker, probably. That's what I'd choose.
that's really hard.
Yeah.
I
feel like maggots
they're
would take, like,
both
days.
horrifying.
Yeah.
It depends on the setting.
I'm going to go burning. I just
Okay,
wanna
burning.
Get it done quick.
But what if I'm not like flammable?
I don't
What
know.
if the maggots
Taking a
can't-
chance.
Like I'm Superman, so maggots can't penetrate my skin.
But you're dying. So clearly they're penetrating your... Okay, let's not...
It's a
We're at a
loaded
conference
question.
here, okay?
Yeah, for real.
Thank you for the question, sir. I appreciate
for
it.
the question.
And keep them coming about anything about streaming, about maggots, whatever. We're here to answer questions
I
for you
see
guys.
one from Bravenblood. So, okay, Bravenblood, that has to deal with, if you want to go Ryzen, you will have to buy a new motherboard if you're not already on the Ryzen chipset. AMD and Intel are not compatible with each other. You have to buy the X370 or X470, which is coming out soon, for the Ryzen 7, 5, or 3 series. If you're going Threadripper, you have to buy the AMD X399 series motherboards, just to answer that.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, we got about 5-ish minutes left here, guys. So last minute questions about anything you have, please let us know.
Yeah,
what do you think
definitely.
of playthrough so far, man?
Dude, playthrough's awesome. I love this.
Yeah?
I like it. It's more gaming oriented. Like ECGC. All right, so if you guys don't know about ECGC, it's like all of the developers. So it's like a networking gold mine for like a streamer.
Right.
I loved it. It was awesome. Hopefully get to go this year. I hope so. But yeah, playthrough's so cool so far. I'm in a Halo 5 FFA tournament with Dan the Dapper. We're gonna represent TRUgaming, bring home the glory.
Oh boy.
I feel sorry for anybody facing us. I feel so sorry.
I would love to do the Overwatch one, but I don't know if I have time.
I know they're doing a Halo 4v4 tomorrow. I was like, oh,
Killing me, man. I just want to play games.
I want to so bad.
That's tricky.
Anybody else in chat have any questions for like tech or just general
I've
topics?
seen a ton. Have you you've debuted your new podcast you're doing, right? I believe, or talked about it a little bit.
Oh, True Tech. Yeah, with
Yeah.
Shady Pyro. So that's happening this month. I think a week from now we're doing it.
Okay.
So me and Shady, we're kind of the resident tech guys in TRUgaming. Pims helps with the audio and stuff. He's kind of our audio tech guy. Me and him like talk audio all the time. But Shady, he's also a PC builder. He has such a passion about tech, like just like me. We spend a lot of time in DMs just talking about all of the new fun toys that we don't get to play with because it costs
Right.
a ton of money. But we're going to start the podcast and just be kind of a reference guide for like the new stuff coming out and stuff we're excited for. And hopefully that translates into like the videos that I want to do.
Yeah.
I'd love to get Shady in some of these videos because I feel like that would be such an awesome asset.
Right.
And like it'd just be fun to hang out with Shady and talk tech in person.
For sure.
So yeah, we're doing a podcast. It's going to be kind of a conduit with True Talk, with me and Pims. Me and Pims kind of. That's why we dropped tech from True Talk because it was such a big segment. I was like, let's get literal hours were spent on the tech segment. So Shady was like, yeah, man, let's do it.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, let's go.
Awesome. I'll see that'll make the 4th TRUgaming podcast in our network, which is
Yeah.
sort of slowly expanding with more and more
it
podcasts. We have this Stream Key. True Talk is still a thing. True Tech is now going to be a thing, and then
You guys need to rebrand the like TRUgaming Media.
yeah, or something like that. The podcast network, like,
Yeah.
and then we have Borderline Entertainment, which you guys just saw with Dan and Velik. That's going to be
Every time
probably
I
a
hear-
more routine thing. That was hilarious.
Every time I hear Borderline Entertainment, I think of Prestige Worldwide from Step Brothers.
I don't even know.
Borderline Entertainment.
Oh man. All
Coming
right.
this year,
Well,
Dan and Lock.
If nobody else has any questions, I think we will kind of wrap it up there. So, Whiteshadow, thank you for coming on the show, my man. Where can
problem,
people
dude.
find you if they have more tech-related questions?
You can find me at Whiteshadow_001 on Twitch, Twitter, and on YouTube. It's Whiteshadow001. No underscore. Don't do it. I'm actually trying to get that changed to just Whiteshadow if Twitch would let me. But
It's
they
a
won't.
fight every day.
So
I think it's like right here,
it should be
underneath
right here.
him.
Yeah, right there.
So, go follow that guy.
And you just find me in Discord.
Yeah.
I'm always there.
This podcast will be on Monday, as always, and we'll be back every week with more interviews and topics about streaming. If you like the podcast, you can find us on iTunes, YouTube, Twitch, Spreaker, everything. Just search Stream Key or TRUgaming, and you'll find us.
Cool.
But with that said, I think that's it for us today, guys. Although we're going to be streaming the whole day, so we'll be here till 6 today. 6 more hours of streaming. I think we're going to take a short lunch break, but then we'll be back on, and the afternoon is going to be segments with individual streamers. You can stream with those streamers this afternoon if you'd like to, so you can sign up to stream to your own channel throughout the afternoon, right here on a laptop alongside a sponsored streamer of your choice. It can be Shadow, Pims, Velik, Dan, whatever. If you want to do that, just go to our table and you can do that there. But with that said, I'll see you guys later, and I'll be back on with Velik tomorrow.
Yep.
For our next episode.
Dude, I can't wait for that.
Yeah,
That's going to be
on
awesome.
about energy.
Yep.
But
The energy.
all the energy.
All the hype.
All right, that's it, guys. Thanks
Peace,
for watching,
guys.
and I'll see
See
you
y'all
later.
later. Got Trim Mama? What's up?
Hi, Mama. This is very familiar again.
Right? What do you mean?
This is the only one alive.
And Mama jinxed it. And please clip the fuck out of that. Mama jinxed it.